CoffeeScript has back alive. The second version has been released. Hi, let's talk today about React's new license, Mozilla's WebRender and the critical request. I'm Anatol and you are watching the good parts of the front-end development. CoffeeScript version 2, both the language and compiler, has been released. How come, you might ask? All because a lot of legacy code still exists and must be supported, including plugins and modules for the different editors. Another reason for a new version is CoffeeScript and Sass both introduced as first-class citizens to the Rails community. Therefore, I believe it is not the work of Sisyphus. Facebook decided to change the license for several most popular projects: React, Jest, Flow and Immutable.js. The previous license type was BSD plus Facebook patents. That was a good choice to protect themselves from patent trolls. However, the community still was anxious about any potential legal conflicts. After much thoughts, Facebook still relicensed mentioned products by MIT license. Adam Wolf explains in more details about the reasons and Facebook's future plans. Perhaps you already know about a new Mozilla's graphics engine Servo. Now they work on the WebRender. This is a 2D renderer for the web. In the first series, titled Browsers Today, you can find a very high-level and simplified overview of what Gecko's graphics pipeline looks like. Read more at Mozilla's Gfx Team Blog. Rob Dodson has released another episode of 11Y Cast. In this episode, he walked through building an accessible toggle button with two states, pressed and unpressed. He'll show off a number of best practices for building accessible custom elements. Please find one more informative video from Week's Engineering Talks. During this session, you will find out how good you really are in JavaScript. Dan Shapir poses a series of JavaScript riddles and brain teasers. Continuing the theme of browsers, let's look at an article, namely The Critical Request by Ben Schwartz. Here you can get to know how browsers prioritize resources, for instance Chrome, and why every front-end developer should know this. You can read this post on csstricks.com. Manuel Matuzovich posted the article Writing CSS with Accessibility in Mind. This is the third in a series of collections of accessibility tips. Here you can read about accessibility principles, tools and tips. Here is another informative article about JavaScript under the hood. Alexander Zlatkov has posted the next series of How JavaScript Works. This writings covers a memory management and how to handle 4 common memory leaks. You can find it at Session Stack blog. Let me grab your attention to Workbox. This is a collection of loosely coupled libraries and tools that focus on different service worker features and use cases. This is not the first attempt to create a bootstrap library for the progressive web app. Nonetheless, the functionality of Workbox is impressive. And last but not least for today is the tutorial by Angelos Charles titled A Beginner's Guide to Progressive Web Apps and Front-End Web. As you could work it out, this is a guide for the creation of your first progressive web app, and it can answer all your questions on this topic. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel and watch other episodes. This is all for this week. Thanks for watching and stay curious.